Oh, we did it again. We had a great night last night at our friend Marissa's Halloween party, and maybe a little too good of a night. I slept until like 11:30. I haven't done that in a long time. Sometimes you're rewarded that I woke up and got the perfect hangover cure. Another free RV. We did it. Another one. And so yeah, immediately contacted the lady. Hey kid, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We contacted the lady and she said like a million people were already hitting her up about it, and I just said, look, we're really, really pro at this. We know how to get them out of people's homes, so just let us come get it. And she was like, okay, and her husband came home right at the right time, and we were able to get in contact with him, and we're here now, and we're super stoked. We're gonna get this baby out. It's a 1974 Dodge establishment. They're good RVs. I've actually owned an establishment before, so let's do this. Ooh, little spider webby. But what's to be expected? Interesting. Somebody put Holley on it. I hate Holley carburetors. They are so annoying. I'm gonna give it just like a couple little cranks. Yeah, always an easy way with these old Dodges to figure out like if you're having an ignition problem or not is there's just a little ignition relay. And if you cross a screwdriver over that solenoid, it'll start, which is what happens. So. Sucks because this gasket's probably just bonk. There's a little gasket under there. Nice, so this thing is a great RV. It started and ran no problem, but then after like a little bit, it would flood itself out. And it's because it's got a stupid Holley on it. And anybody watching this that's a Holley fan, yeah, sure, I get it. You can tune them much more aggressively than other carburetors, but they always fail. Every Holley I've ever found on one of these RVs, you know, whether it needed a rebuild or not, even ones I just freshly rebuilt, always have problems with that little check valve that the float operates. Not because of the check valve itself, but because, well, partly because the O-ring always goes bad, but also the channel that it fits into, just over the years of people pulling it in and out, it just gets messed up and it never seals right. So super annoying. But we just went and got a carb kit from Autozone. It's just like a standard Holley rebuild kit, and it has the parts we need. It has the new little float checks with nice fresh new O-rings. So yeah, we'll get to the bottom of this real quick and get it out of that person's house. Woo. So these are those little check valves I was talking about. So they're in the top of each Holley. They're how you adjust the float as well. And there's these little terrible paper gaskets on the bottom of them. Obviously ours went bad. But here's the bottom ones, you can see it. And these are like, watch, they're like rock hard. They're just like crumbling. So those were leaking horrendously. Like would have started a fire on the way home. And then we have this little check valve. This is the actual thing. And I had it screwed in all the way. Like it was set to really bottom the float out so that literally there shouldn't have been any gas going in. But because of this little rubber piece right here in the middle, it's just as hard. I mean, you can hear the scratch of my nail on that. That is toasted as well. So, and I bet you the rubber on that needle is probably toasted as well. So this is just the float check. So when the float rises, boop, it hits this little button and it should close that little check valve. And then when you floor it, boop, all of a sudden drops down, let some gas in. So this guy's just toasted. So we'll get that out of here, and our rebuild kit will have a brand new one inside. And we'll just replace the front for good measure as well. The front wasn't really flooding, but maybe when we seal up the rear and the pressure goes normal, maybe it'll blow out the front too. So we might as well just do both. All right. So this is our Holley rebuild kit. Here's our new paper gaskets and stuff. I'm not gonna obviously rebuild this whole carburetor right now. I just need to get it out of this guy's driveway. So see, new check valves, and I'll show you the difference between the new and the old. Someone's already rebuilt this because these are not the stock kind, but obviously these are the same kind. But look at the rubber on these two, how this one clears the sides of the brass, and this one right here is just runs exactly with the sides of the brass. So when I put this one in, it's gonna wiggle in there and seal up really good, as opposed to this one that's just been letting gas go right by the side of that O-ring. So get that one out. And then I just know Holleys, I've had enough of them to know that for me, especially in this kind of flooding environment, if I just allow maybe 3 to 4 thread counts to be above the carburetor, the baseline, it's usually a decent starting point. So what is that? That's 5. 8. That's probably 4. Let's go like, maybe like, yeah, right there. And then, oh, yeah. And then we can put our fresh gaskets on. So number 1. Actually, 2. Let's just gotta make sure the surface is as clean as possible. Nails are actually really good surfaces to work with because they won't scratch anything. And then we're gonna be reusing the parts from this original situation. So the lock, this is the adjuster nut. Beep. It just basically fits over there, it doesn't even screw on, it just fits and it's notched. And then we have our set screw. And this is our little set screw. Let's clean this up too. And then, boop, new gasket. Yeah, top of that's nice and clean. And then this will be our starting adjustment. And I don't want my adjustment to change, so I'm gonna hold this 5/8 while I tighten my set screw. Bang. Now it's not going anywhere. I also got a can of carb cleaner that I'll use to blow out the air bleeds. It's crazy how this is all it takes to bring back a home. Like it really is not that intense. I've been working on these things for a while, so I kind of just know that this was the situation, was the problem, but it wouldn't take much. You could definitely Google it or you could YouTube it and figure out exactly how to stop a flooding Holley. And that's really probably the difference between us getting this for free and not. That's probably what was stopping this guy from keeping it running. this wonderful RV. Do you want to say your name for the camera?
My name is Carlos Cabrera.
Yeah, buddy. Really nice to meet you, man.
Thank you so much.
We get to meet a lot of really nice people. But we got this baby out, barely ran into his house a little bit, but all unscathed. And running a lot better than it was half an hour ago. A little more transmission fluid, get everything kind of, like you said, we gotta just go drive it and bring it back to life now, you know? But other than that, this is like the best, funnest size I've ever seen. It's so tiny, and it's just got everything. I'm really excited, so bang. I mean, I don't know, should we drive it home? I don't, some pretty good hills and stuff, you know, so